Hey guys, it's Kugli again with another ROM review, and this time I've got the Cardinal Extended ROM Oreo for the OnePlus 3. Now you have to excuse me all of this because I am working right now. I have a very important thing which is going on in the background. There might be a little bit of sound from hard drive spinning and all that because, well, that's just there. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So guys, the Cardinal Extended ROM, it's one of the original or one of the first Oreo ROMs which had the encryption problem solved, and it is one of the first feature-rich Oreo ROM for our device, and I really like that. There has been a few changes to this ROM. Mostly it has added a few more features, and we'll get to see that. First of all, what you see here is the launcher, which is working, and it does work out really well. This is Launch Air, so take it for what you will. It comes with that. Let's go to the settings menu. In the settings menu, you can see in the About Phone page, it is Cardinal Extended. Pretty cool. About Extended, you can go there and know them. Android version is 8.0. Android Extended version is 1.0. Security patches are still showing October. It's now November, and there has been a few November releases recently. The kernel has been upgraded slightly. It's now running the Blue Spark kernel as its base driver, which has been modified by the developers to work in this ROM's favor, so that does work out really well. SLA status is permissive. Now let's get to the features. The Cardinal Extended ROM has been one of the feature-rich ROMs which I had used, and there has been other feature-rich ROMs ever since then, like Validus and also Nitrogen ROM, which I recently reviewed. Amazing ROMs. Now let's see how that stacks up to this one. Let's go to Extended Wings. In the Extended Wings is where you will find all the extra features. UI themer, it does have correct UIs, two of them. You do have white, which is the one which you're seeing here, and also a dark version. I'm not going to switch them, but they are available. In the general options, you have always on the ambient display. Sensor block per package is also available, which is great. Vibrate on connect and all that. Call vibrations are available. Status bar options, you do have quick setting tile customization. You can customize that from here. Secure quick setting options are also available. Quick setting slider, brightness slider, quick setting titles can also be enabled. Notification options are available where you have heads up display, but there is no option to customize the duration of heads up enabler and all that. It's not there, but hey, it's still heads up display. Battery and notification light customization is available, but it does not have the customization for the color of the light, which is a bummer, but hey, it is still something there. Status bar icons, you can customize that, and as you can see, VLD is supported, VLD is working. You do have that. It has been working great for me ever since. Network traffic indicator is available. You can enable that, and there is a threshold auto hide also, which you can customize. Double tap to sleep is available on the status bar. In the button configuration, you do have navigation button. You can customize that. It hasn't been ported to DUI, which I personally would have loved to have, because DUI is one of my favorite ways to customize navbar, and also hardware key action, so that is something there. Hardware key action is available, and it does support long press and double tap on home button, back button, and recent button, but, and this is a big but for me personally, because double tap does not support turning off the screen, and that is a huge deal for me, because I have been using that for quite some time now. I have been using that on my stock ROM, on every ROM which I have tried out, and not having that in such a feature-rich ROM is a big problem. But that is on a personal level, so that's just how it is. Backlight button control is also available. Backlight can be customized for your home and recent button, so that's there. Volume button wake is available, and volume button music control is also available. There are many other volume button controls like we saw in Nitrogen ROM, where you could control keyboard cursor control and all that, but that's not still there here. Lock screen options are available. You can customize all of this. It does have lock screen weather controls, which can be customized from there. Media FPR lock is available, and that is one of my favorite features about this ROM, because the other ROMs does not have FPR lock, and I do restart my phone quite a lot, so every time I restart and boot into it, I hate just punching in my numbers. I can just use this, and it does work out really well. Recent option, it does have option to display a FAB button. You can customize the location of that. Pretty cool. Power menu options, you can customize what all appears there. Wake lock blocker, now it does have wake lock, and it also has kernel wake lock by Boifla, so that is amazing. So if you are someone who uses EX kernel manager or any other kernel manager, be sure to enable that in the kernel manager for reboot binding so that it does work out every time you reboot also. And that is pretty much it in the extra settings menu. Rest everything is basically what you would find in any other Oreo ROM. Nothing special to report on that. There is font and display size enabler, ambient display can be enabled. There is a themer, so that does work out really well. It does have screen off gestures, which is great. You do have that options. You can gesture control, all of that does work out really well. Notification slider is available, and swipe button, as you can see, I have enabled that because the other one is the one which is normally there. System options, you can customize that. So yeah, that much is it in the settings menu and extra feature stuff. And as you can see, it is a loaded ROM, but not quite on the level of the ROMs which I personally like to have as a daily driver. I'm gonna give it a 6.5 because it is as loaded as Validus or Nitrogen, but there is this slight edge where the other ROMs go ahead, because like heads-up display, there is customization inside of heads-up display. Double tap to wake function on the button, that is something which I have been wanting for a long time but still not implemented, but we can be sure that this will be implemented soon enough, but it's not in this version though. So now battery life. The battery life is one of the strong points of this ROM. I've been having great battery life. Right now it's showing higher because I have just run a benchmark. Battery life has been pretty good for me. I have been using this for quite some time, and you can see an almost parallel line there. Not really parallel, but still that's most I can expect out of an Oreo ROM in its alpha stages. I've been getting 15% of active drain, about 1.2 to 1.3% of idle drain, and overnight the drain was about 0.9. which is an amazing level of battery drain, which I really haven't found in Oreo ROM. I really like that. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 for battery. Now the performance, and here is a very low note for an Oreo ROM. I haven't seen a bad or worse score in Oreo in recent memory, so that's something there. I got 111,207. That's the last score. The average score was about 113,671. which is still lower, and I have to give it a lower score. But while using the ROM, you will not find this, or you will not be having any issues with that. You will not be lagging around. This is just a benchmark score, but hey, it is how I grade my ROMs. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10 for this. Now the stability of the ROM. Stability wise, it is great. It is working out really well. I still have that issue where whenever I change permissions in the application manager, it freezes the phone for quite a little bit of time. But that I think I have to start letting go of that. Almost all the ROMs on Oreo does that, even or Oxygen OS ROM. So I'm not going to get too much into that. So for stability, I'm gonna give it a 6.5 because it's still better than most Oreo ROMs, and I have to give something to that. Now comes the camera. The camera is pretty good. It comes with Oxygen OS camera, which is always nice. You can see details are pretty good. There is Pro Mode, which is one of my favorite features of Oxygen OS ROM. It does work out really well. I'm really happy about that. Gcam does work out. I sadly do not have it installed right now. I was updating it and I have to uninstall that. Well, Gcam does work out. It is working as it should. No issues with that. I'm gonna give it a 6.5 because it is better than Lineage in my opinion, but hey, it's everyone to their own horses. Now the aesthetics of the ROM. The aesthetics of the ROM, I'm gonna say it does have subsystem support, it does have theming function, and also it has the dark mode, which is here. Works out really well. I'm really impressed with that. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 for aesthetics. Now comes the overall experience. Now overall experience, in my opinion, this is one of the most usable ROMs in my opinion as a daily driver, because it does have everything which a normal person would like to have. But I do still feel that the feature section, or at least some of the features, is a missed opportunity, because it has half of the stuff, not the full implementation of everything. That is something which left a bit of a sore taste in me. That's just a personal level though, not going to get too much into that, but that is something which I have been wondering why they have done that. Not really sure, but that is how it is. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 for overall experience. It's been great. Now here is normally where I would show you guys the boot animation, but the boot animation is same as what was in the Cardinal OS previously, so I'm not going to do that because my battery is low. I have my stuff going on in the foreground. I have a few stuff to do. I'm gonna go to the final score. The final score is going to be 6.5077772021, which is a great score actually. It's probably the highest which a a custom Oreo ROM has received as of now. I'm gonna round it off to 6.5 out of 10. Great score. It's a great ROM, but I still do think it needs to improve in a few areas, namely features. There are a few improvements to this ROM, like the FP hack from Sultan XDA. Now, honestly, I did not feel any difference, but it is there. You can check all of that out in the forum post, which is available, which I'll be linking in the description, and do carry out the tweaks which you need to do to get the better battery life with this ROM, which is also available in the forum post. So do go read that. You will be happy about that. So yeah, I guess how much is it about the ROM then. Hope you guys like the video. Please share, subscribe, and like the video if you found it useful. See you guys next time. Bye.